I want to talk about a building that most of us have in our towns and cities, the town or city hall. Specifically, today, I want to talk about Leeds Town Hall. At 225 feet, 68.6 meters, it's one of the largest town halls in the UK. It was the tallest building in Leeds until 1966. But we have to ask ourselves, is there more to this building than meets the eye? We're going to peel back the layers of history, questioning the story we've always been told. So, stay with me as we go down this rabbit hole together. We're told construction finished in 1858, and today, over 150 years later, the building still stands as one of the most grand buildings in the city. A more realistic estimate for the design, planning, and construction of a similar building today could range from 5 to 10 years. The timeline of 3 to 4 years should raise some eyebrows. With no electricity, power tools, or modern lifting equipment, and using horse-drawn carts on mainly unpaved and mud-filled roads, this would have taken years to finish. You have to keep in mind the amount of people living in Leeds in the 1850s. Sources will range between 100,000 to 250,000 people. Only about a quarter of the population would be fit for work, excluding women and children. The people living in the 19th century had a really hard time. They struggled with overcrowding and poor housing with damp, dark, and filthy conditions. There was no clean drinking water or sanitation, which caused outbreaks of diseases like cholera. They had terrible health care, and infectious diseases were rampant. The ones that could work often had very low wages, and many families struggled to afford necessities. They had an awful diet, with items like bread being bulked up with chalk leading to malnutrition. So, you have to question if a group of malnourished, hopeless, and unhappy people are capable of building such an amazing and detailed building. Before the 1800s, Leeds was nothing more than fields and farms. Then all of a sudden, the people were able to build huge structures with amazing details like this one. Who trained all these builders? How did they manage to overcome all the setbacks and difficulties? There are so many questions that you should be asking right now. We are given insights into life during these times, and I have found some descriptions of Leeds that should help put things in perspective. From Robert Baker, a local doctor and town councillor, 1842. Of the 586 streets of Leeds, 68 only are paved by the town, i.e., by the local authorities. The remainder are either paved by the owners or are partly paved, or are totally unpaved, with the surfaces broken in every direction and ashes and filth of every description accumulated upon many of them. Charles Dickens found it a very unpleasant place and described it as having a grim, smoky atmosphere. Friedrich Engels, author and philosopher, 1845, called cities like Leeds as centers of filth, overcrowding, and dehumanization. It doesn't make sense. At a time when nothing was easy and people were living in their filth, the people of the 1800s felt that the most important thing they would concentrate on was building these types of structures. Take a look at some of these carvings. Would you put so much effort into decorative art? Smashing away at a pile of stone with your hammer and chisel? Not a single mistake anywhere you look. This is 100% a building from old civilization and has many secrets about our past hidden within its structure. Take a look at some of these carvings, the symbology, the rams, the angels, the owls. Owls are everywhere. There are even owls all along the railings outside. The mythical heads? Here, we are told this is a portrait of Cuthbert Broderick, inspired by Zeus, created possibly, yes possibly, by a young John Wormald Appleyard who was 21 years old in 1853. How do they know this? Right here shows you that there are things we don't know about this building. Cuthbert Broderick is the chap credited with being the architect, and like most of these old world buildings, we can easily find out all about who it is and their family, and ironically all the other great buildings they've helped with. I've found all these notable architects to be part of the Royal Institute of British Architects, RIBA. Their purpose is advancement of architecture and promotion of acquiring of knowledge of the arts and sciences connected therewith. I have a feeling we will see more of this group in some of the following episodes. We can usually always find out more information about the designer/architect, but you'll be lucky to find anything about the builders themselves. There's not one name for any of the hundreds and hundreds of builders and workers it took to build it, and you see this case time and time again. However, the ones creating the narrative, or writing history shall we say, gives us a name for the main contractor who was hired to build the town hall, Samuel Atack. But they didn't spoil us too much because that is where the road stops. We get no link to any life story, no picture, no other building achievements, just a name. I feel that any name could be here and still be accepted. We have an original lithograph of the 1853 plan of Leeds Town Hall, designed by Cuthbert Broderick, dated November 12, 1853, and an even earlier dated around 1852, which is a similar drawing of Leeds Town Hall. This again is possibly, yes possibly, by the architect Cuthbert Broderick, filling me with loads of confidence again. If you look through any of the original plans or architectural designs for the Leeds Town Hall, you will find no record or mention of any basement level or tunnel system being built into the building, but they are certainly there. Underneath the town hall, there are tunnels, cellars, and rooms which have been used for all sorts of things over the last 100 years. Most famously as the Leeds Bridewell and underground Victorian holding cells. Cells underground have been used since the 1800s until finally closing down in 1993. There are tunnels running underneath the road outside connecting two government buildings, and some of the tunnel systems remain unexplored due to being filled in and blocked up over the years. Once again, there are no records available of these underground tunnels ever being mentioned in Cuthbert's original design. Who built the tunnel system and underground levels then? Were they already there before the Victorians arrived? I think the tunnel system and underground rooms were already there, and so was the majority of the town hall, and the people of the 1800s repaired, repurposed, and reused this old world building. Let's touch for a minute on the famous town hall organ. After spending a few years building the town hall, the people of Leeds just decided it wasn't good enough and was missing something. So yeah, they had a 12 meters high by 12 meters wide, 40-ton organ with over 5,000 pipes. Because these people just like to go big or go home. We are told the organ was built into the hall a year after the official opening, but you can clearly see the organ wasn't an afterthought, but a very important element of the town hall's original and unknown true purpose. The Leeds Town Hall organ was one of the largest organs in Europe when it was installed, and still is one of the largest organs in the UK. The thing is truly beautiful. Just have a look at the size and scale of it. Look how it fits like a glove into the room. Imagine the power, the sound when certain notes are played. With no clear explanation of why or how the people of the 1850s built such an instrument, you have to ask, did they really build that? I want to take you through some more pictures and images of the interior and exterior of this building, and hope you look carefully and question what you're looking at. Hopefully, now you can see, like many of these places, Leeds Town Hall is more than just a building. It's a puzzle waiting to be solved. From all the symbolic messages, both outside and inside, to its underground secrets and questionable timeline. This should make you at least question the story we have been passed down. Are we missing key pieces of our history? If you enjoyed this journey into the mysteries of Leeds Town Hall, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let us know your theories in the comments below. Join us next time as we uncover more hidden truths and challenge historical narratives here on History Seekers. Until then, keep seeking the truth.